Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Dean Callan Show. I'm hearing in my headphones what sounds like blown out audio. Hold on one second. Right. Yeah, it sounds blown out. Why does this happen? Let's see. How's that? Oh. See, it sounded great before. Maybe we weren't as excitable. Yeah, that's it. I'm getting too excited. Right. Yeah, anyway, welcome to the Dean Callan Show. The one-man band where everything seems to be constantly tweaked as we're actually live, as opposed to before we go live. How are you feeling about that, Andrew?
Yeah, great. Yeah, it's amazing watching you prep for this show. Can't believe how much tech there is and how difficult it is to turn it on.
It's only difficult because I don't know what I'm really doing. All right, here we go. Speak one more time for me, Andrew.
Speaking.
All right.
Is this working? My mic seems all right.
If there's anyone actually on there, just let us know.
Probably not.
Let us know what's going on.
Oh, something's beeping. I should have turned my phone off, actually. I'll do that now.
Yeah, okay.
Do not disturb.
Mine is actually working. I started to think I was coming through on yours. All right, rock and roll. It's really funny because this mic broke last week and I super glued it back together. And I forgot that I'd done that until just now.
How much tech do you go through?
Honestly, too much.
Too much, yeah.
I break things though. I get.
And how much time do you spend in the bottom of the garden?
Not enough.
Not enough.
I think it's the opposite way around.
Thank you.
I want to spend more time. I think the next time I build a studio, it'll be like, for example, the aircon, right? Aircon is on right now, right? So if you're hearing a constant buzzing in the background, too bad.
Because it's the hottest day of the year, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like,
I would rather have a constant buzzing in the background and not sweat.
Yeah, it's like 28, 29 degrees.
Well, fortunately, we have aircon in here.
Yeah, I'm very cool, Dean. I feel very treated. I was working at home and it was baking. So
oh, really? Well, lucky.
I've got these big bay windows in front of me and the sun comes in all day long.
Right, do you want half a beer?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Wait, I'll put it in my little tiny baby beer glasses. I would pour myself a Guinness, but you know, I've done loads of exercise today. I'm gonna close the day out with a Guinness. So for today, I'm just gonna start with a nice, refreshing lager.
They look incredibly breakable.
Oh.
They wouldn't last 2 minutes in my hands.
As we're realizing now, everything in the cabin is highly breakable. I keep breaking everything. So
thank you, Dean.
To that.
So you can't cheers too vigorously.
No, they're not that bad. It's like medical science grade glass.
Yeah. Yeah, we sort of connected a bit over the cocktails at home, didn't we? And you recommended the nude glassware from Remy.
Really
That's been
good.
a massive win, actually. We use it for everything.
Right.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Well, thank Remy.
Yeah.
Remy's the one that made it happen.
Yeah, but it makes all of our photography look so much better.
So
and
did
Carlos.
you get some? Did you get some?
What?
Did you get some glassware?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Bought quite a few.
And Carlos, legend with the ice.
Yeah, and the glassware I bought through Cyprian at the Lucky Drinker. He's a nice guy.
Right, all the recommendations are working
all
out.
recommendations. He came to my house, dropped it off, and I've invited him to Cocktails and City over the weekend.
He is
to sell
a
his
lovely
glassware.
guy.
Yeah, because he was a nice guy, and I thought it was good gear and it's a good price. So I thought maybe people at Cocktail City would quite enjoy that.
Oh, right. So he's going to actually have a stand.
Yeah, he's sharing one with me. So we've got like a Cocktails in the City at home stand with the drinks that we do at home, and then he's there with his Lucky Drinker.
Okay, right. Just to make for the Holy Trinity there, please tell me Carlos has like here's where to get good ice.
Yeah, Carlos is supplying ice for the whole event. So yeah, everyone you've introduced me to is basically involved. Right. And Julian, just as the other very important link, is judging best drinks with Charlie McCarthy.
This sounds like this.
We're probably watching actually. I think
Julian and Charlie McCarthy are two of my two people that I've met in the industry, seen them doing their thing that I don't think get anywhere near enough exposure. Like maybe they need a PR company or something. Like they're so much better than the attention that they get, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
What's
well, I don't
it's
know.
like
I think Julian's
underrated.
like a one-man internet sensation, isn't he? With his Facebook,
Yeah,
Facebook feeds.
he is, but it's one of those things where like I don't know how to describe it. One time I went to Russia and Marion Becke and Luca Cinali were doing a seminar, right? And the room that they were in was full to the rafters, and then like just
more.
People couldn't even see, and they were still crowding outside. Like it was like the closer you got to Marion Becke, the more of his aura would wear off on you or something.
Yeah.
And then you had Tony Abu Ghanim and I think Francesco Lafranconi or another older generation. But like if they were in the US in Vegas or something, it would be completely flipped. You know, this was 10 years ago. It would have been the opposite amount of people turning up to the different events. But there was no one at Tony Abu Ghanim's thing.
And what about Julian? So where does Julian sit?
So I think outside of the UK and outside of the sphere of influence where he has like his friends and stuff, he doesn't get enough attention. Like
he's probably not as...
his name recognition should be much bigger, basically, in the US and in Australia. And
although I thought his work with the Gorgeous Group would mean that there's probably a hotel in every country in the world that's got one of Julian's drinks on.
Yeah, but is like, do the bartenders in the hotel know Julian?
No, it's not all about
that's what I mean.
Julian, is it? It's about the drinks that he does.
He does such a good job to let his expertise shine, but without taking the shine.
And he's a very good guy.
He's a good guy, yeah.
And he lives in South East London, which is quite handy.
Oh yeah,
he's
quite near me. I'm moving.
Are you?
I'm selling the house. The house is on.
Is that your for sale sign outside?
That's my for sale sign.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so it went up today. So do you want to buy a bar with a house attached to it? It's a very small house, but lovely bar.
I've been living on about 20p for the last year, so we need a good summer ahead, and then maybe I can consider it.
We need as many people as possible to turn up the cocktails.
Yeah, we do. So I forgot actually. That's one of the reasons that we're here. Well, not the only reason, obviously, it's for afternoon, an excuse to drink afternoon beers. But the big thing for us is to invite, and I'm aware that a lot of people who watch the Dean Callan show, probably bartenders, and probably some of them are in London, and some of them might be thinking about things to do this weekend.
Yeah.
And we'd love to invite them to Cocktails in the City, which is at Bedford Square Gardens. We have after the community spirit event that we did last September with Sly and Sophie under their banner, and with the Drinks Trust, we put on this trade afternoon on Friday afternoon. It worked really well, actually. It's like a nice big open space. There's not been a lot of trade shows this year, so it's like if people want to come somewhere and connect in a sort of safe, open environment, then we'd love to see them at Bedford Square. So I've put a link on the LBA, I think, once or twice with like an Eventbrite link, which takes you to like a free ticketing page, and then people can donate.
If you're in the trade, you get a free ticket.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say there was a discount, but free is
it's free. It's free. It's a donation-based ticket, so any money you donate goes straight to the Drinks Trust.
Okay, nice.
And that's Friday afternoon from 12 till 4. And if people have or haven't been at Bedford Square Gardens, it's like 22,000 square foot of private gardens, 1 block north of Tottenham Court Road. So I imagine for most people who are working in the evening, they must be going somewhere past that place.
Especially if you're in Soho, like there's a lot of venues in Soho that would be nice and close to that. Yeah,
so they should pop in.
Very cool.
We've got, I just saw actually on my, whilst you were tinkering with your tech, I was tinkering on Instagram, and I saw Declan had just posted about, with this relationship with the Drinks Trust, there's going to be like quite a series of talks on Friday afternoon, all organised through the drinks community. Have you joined that? I'm sure you probably have.
I haven't joined it, no.
It's like an offshoot. It's done by the Drinks Trust.
Yeah.
It's been curated by Millie Milliken, the drinks journalist. And with Drinks Community, their mission is to engage, bring people with experience in the trade and share their knowledge and expertise through. And they did a lot of that online and virtually over the last few months. And this will be the first time they've done like a physical presentation.
They're doing it at Cocktails in the City, right? It's not like you said.
There's not just a screen. There's not a screen.
I thought you were about to say like, don't go to Declan's thing on the other side of town because they were at the same time. But it's actually happening Friday afternoon.
Yeah. So on the first one, which I think is very pertinent at the minute because all the chat you see on social and actually front page of the BBC News is there's no staff.
Yeah.
So the first talk,
right?
Yeah. So the first talk at 1 o'clock is like looking after your staff. So I think that'll be quite an important conversation. And doing that, we've got Declan, Anna Sebastian, Liam Davey from Hawksmoor, and someone else who's very important, Sly.
Someone else is very important.
Yeah, so it's quite Declan's the host, and Anna, Liam, and Sly are the panel, and I think they've got a very good reputation for the way they look after their team, and they'll be discussing sort of how you can look after your staff.
All right,
so quite a nice way to get started on.
I've just realised where the comments are popping up. So we've got Julian. He's on. He's on. Let me see if I can get this bit bigger so we can actually read what he said. Because, he likes to write massive, big... Oh, no. Wouldn't be the Dean Callan show if it didn't start with a tech problem. Are you sure you don't self-sabotage? You know what? I mean, maybe subconscious evil Dean is self-sabotaging. I wouldn't be surprised. But it makes for fun. It makes for pressure.
Well, it's an introduction, isn't it? It's like, here's what went wrong. Now let's start the show.
And he said sound is better now. Live, all the sound looks good. Diogo, how you doing, buddy? I missed you, man. Last week, no show. The reason there was no show was because we were selling the house. And it was also my 4th anniversary for my wedding.
Is that why you were at the Pig? Was it the Pig? It was the Pig.
We went to the Pig.
Yeah.
Good service. I went somewhere where I didn't know someone, and the drinks were good. The food was good, the service was good, and everything was great.
I hope you told them who you were.
No, I didn't tell them I was... Do you know what the funny thing is?
Do you know who I am?
I didn't tell them anything about me working in the booze industry. I had this shirt with me and then decided, like, oh God, like, I can't wear that. So I wore a plain black shirt the whole time. Like, I had like I was meant to go for a run in the morning, didn't happen. And at one point, I ordered a Boulevardier and they didn't know what it was, but they were like, they kind of knew, but they couldn't remember. And I was like, it's like a Negroni, but you just put the whiskey instead of gin. And then it's so good. But then the girl came over and was like, oh, how's your Negroni? I'm like, oh, it's lovely. But it is technically a Boulevardier. It's a whiskey-based one. And we started talking about whiskey. And she was like, oh, I'm super into Japanese whiskey now. Japanese whiskey is amazing. And, I've just gotten into it recently and everything. And I'm like, oh, good timing with the rule change. She's like, what rule change?
Take a seat.
I just casually said to her, recently they changed the rules so that they can't import Scotch, Irish, Canadian into Japan and then bottle it and sell it out. And she was like, they do that? And I was like, they do that.
Yeah, it's a big
But it
thing.
used to be an unseen thing, and now it's quite obvious and everyone knows about it and it's come out. Now, the interesting thing is, I just left it. I had no phone to Google anything. My phone was dead. I was just sitting in a bar by myself, chilling, listening to really good music, by the way, great playlist, and just chilling, right? Electra and Axel were asleep, and I just wanted to quiet drink.
Time.
Someone else making the drink, right? And then she walks back in and said it to the bartender in the bar, and I could hear them, and he's like, that's just complete bullshit. Japanese whiskey, why would they import other whiskeys? And I was like, oh. I was like, oh, and there's nothing I could do. Like, I wasn't gonna argue. And then and that bar manager came out and then was kind of like a bit more kind of like, who's this guy? And then asked me some questions about the Boulevardier thing. What made you drink the Boulevardier or whatever? And I was like, oh, okay. So anyway, I'm a big fan of Harry's Bar, and talked about the book and the first reference and how it's in the back of the book, and it was like this obscure classic, and I was into Negroni since
How many hours was he off his shift for?
No. That was it.
I've got this thing, Dean, whereby
Next,
most conversations with you tend to be an hour.
I kept it short. The guy had other things to do, right? And I was in a nice place and having my own little chill and trying to be an adult, right? Trying to have a nice weekend away and not turn it into work. And then the next day, he wanted me to try his cocktails and stuff. Like, oh, I've got this cocktail that I created and it's delicious. And I was like, he must have Googled the Japanese whiskey thing, because the tone had changed. And they were super lovely. But I didn't chat about having been a bartender or anything like that. I just was like, I like cocktails, just kept it out. And it made it much nicer, because I do talk about myself all the time, every time I go out. And
you started the whole show, the Dean Callan show, it's like...
I need to get past that.
It's a good.
I tried to change.
It's quite good to build a business around yourself.
I tried to change it to Bartender Broadcast Network, and my idea was to merge the 2 pages. But apparently, Facebook will let you merge 2 pages, but it won't. It'll only let you merge the small one into the bigger one. And there's 4,000 people on the Dean Callan show, and only 200 on the Bartender Broadcast Network.
Yeah.
So my idea. Yeah. What can you do? Anyway, I had a really lovely time, and the guy made a couple of classic twists that I absolutely adored. The standout was he made a sour cherry Sazerac, where he just got sour cherries and crushed them and macerated it in with.
So Hawksmoor do a sour cherry Negroni, don't they? That's one of their canned cocktails.
Yeah, and
I've
got it in the
looking
freezer.
around, you've probably got one, haven't you?
I've got it down. I've got a few of the Hawksmoor ones down here still. Yeah, delicious. All the Hawksmoor stuff is really, really good. And you've got Liam as a judge.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he's not a judge. He's talking.
He's talking.
He's on stage talking about how to look after your team.
Yeah, the Hawksmoor team are good.
Yeah, I'm going to get back on brand about cocktails in the city. So
that was a segue. Did you see that?
That was a segue. Yeah. After that talk, the second one, and this is actually interesting for Trey because they can get part of this. Is have you been invited? Have you been invited to Champagne Conversations?
I might have, but I've got this thing.
You get invited to everything. You've already forgotten, but it's the Moet Hennessy, Moet Chandon Cocktails and Conversations thing they've been doing online.
I want to go to that.
It is good. They send you a box with like, this time was like 2 mini Moets. Last time was a full bottle of Moet, and it's Champagne Conversation. So this one's hosted by Colada, and that'll be on the stage at 2:00. And each person sat down. There's only 30 seats, so you've got to be quite quick. But there's like 30 little boxes. It's hosted by Colada, and it is talking about how sort of champagne cocktails have gone from the champagne cocktail, very classic, quite traditional, a bit stuffy, to fun, fun contemporary drinks. So probably the best example of that is the champagne Pina Colada with coupette. So you'll sit down, you'll get a box, you'll get 2 mini Moets, some delicious bakery things from I think it's called the Luminary Bakery. It's a bakery which has been, it's like one of those social enterprises where it takes women from disadvantaged backgrounds and turns them into like master bakers. And it's delicious. So people who come to Champagne Conversations at 2:00 will get a box and do that. And then at 3:00, I'm going to have a swig of my beer because I've forgotten what. It's the power of storytelling.
Okay.
So we're back to the drinks community. It's the power of storytelling. And
who's the storyteller?
So it's been hosted by Val Lewis, I think from New Gen Wines.
Okay.
And it's got some great storytellers in there. So Michael Vachon being one of them, who's
great
just
storyteller.
Incredibly charming. You sort of don't want to like him, but you just do because he's such a nice guy.
Why don't you want to like him?
Because he's like good looking, successful, and charming. So I don't want to like him for those reasons. But the reason he's successful is because he's charming and good at business. And he's just a very nice guy, so I do like him.
Yeah, he is lovely. Him and his wife, they're both lovely.
They are, yeah.
It's even more like, it drives more jealousy when like someone's got their at-home situation all sorted out as well.
Yeah, everything's
not just professionals.
It's picture perfect in reality and not just through social media. And then we've got Tatiana, who I'm sure you know, nice, 3 After 3, fam, like one woman. Let's say army is probably the wrong word, but just. Now I've been introduced to her, I just see her everywhere. And they actually have a stand at Cocktails in the City, 3 After 3 stand.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. They're working with, obviously with Tatiana and Alexa, with Fam, Colada and Silver Lining. They're working with Negroni. Have you got a lot of whiskey? You've got a lot of whiskies here, actually. Have you tried Negroni?
No, I don't think so.
It's an organic Scottish whiskey. And it's really interesting. It's founded by this lady called Annabelle. Mm-hmm. And the big thing for them is energy. It's like it's a very energy inefficient business. And they've sort of managed, I need to read the text again, but
they've managed to kind of get it down.
100% energy renewable.
Yeah.
Or very, very strong sustainable credentials. It looks great, tastes great. So Negroni is one of and they're quite new. Their whiskey only came out at the end of last year.
The Scotch.
I should have brought that with me.
The Scotch whiskey industry has been silently in the background doing a lot of work to get sustainable without talking about it. Yeah. Like if you actually look up anaerobic digestion reactors, like
I haven't looked at anaerobic digestion.
Okay,
reactors.
but long story short, taking the leftover residuals from whiskey production, putting them into what's effectively a stomach. And enzymes or bacteria, whatever it is, eats the leftovers and turns it into gas, putting the gas through engines and making it electricity.
Oh, so they've been doing that. The waste is creating the energy to go back into the distillation.
So anaerobic digestion reactors, but they've been doing it for Diageo started in I think it was 2009 or something. properly doing it. And they're the Scotch whisky industry, even William Grant's, when I first started with them, one of the first things I got interested in was like, you're turning the leftovers into electricity through these. And they're like, yeah, well, why don't we talk about this? We don't want to talk about it. You know, that wasn't what they want to talk about.
Yeah, well, that's a good segue actually, because on their 3 After 3 stand, they're also working with discarded spirits.
Yep, exactly.
So I know you probably know them very well. They've just released.
I've
just released their grape skin vodka.
I've got their banana. I'm a little bit behind. I just got their banana stuff in, and I'm like waiting to make banana vardiers and start making different drinks with it. But
yeah, I've got the banana rum at home. I think I've got the sweet. I don't know if I've got the sweet Cascara vermouth.
Can we have one of these? Is that all right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So Julian, if you are still watching, I know you're a busy man. I thought, although we're here to talk about Cocktail City this weekend, obviously we were quite involved together when we did the Cocktails at Home launch, this was the first box, wasn't it? The classic box.
Which one do you want?
I'm gonna have like a little bit of one of them, because if I get drunk this afternoon, tomorrow day is going to be.
No, you won't get drunk. It's all right. We'll go halves in one of them.
There's still a lot of
because I absolutely love Julian's Bencini. Like this, I dream about it sometimes.
Well, so if I think Nick Rogers probably watches now and again, doesn't he?
Oh.
He might Paul McFadden will be watching. I'm sure he's a fan.
Honestly,
so this is
so good.
Plantation 3-star rum, and then there's actually like a truckload of ingredients, isn't there? There's the Luxardo, Sangamo lacquer.
It's cacao washed.
Yeah,
you
so
remember?
Actually, Carol Babinski is probably watching this. Who puts all this together for us?
Mm-hmm.
He did the sort of cacao fat washing with the Plantation 3 year. And there's a coffee distillate, isn't there, as well, which is also made by
Very
Carol.
Small amount.
So I think actually, Carol, if you are watching, you've probably just about finished another batch of booze for me that we're going to be sampling at Cocktail City to consumers this weekend. We've gone with the well, we're taking everything, but we're going to lead with the pink peppercorn and yuzu Cosmo, because it's a summer outdoor event.
And it's so hot right now.
Yeah. And one that's not Julian's creation, actually, which is the aperitif, a bicyclette, which was created by Mido at Café Moderne in Paris, because that's just another great summer drink.
Julian.
Such a good, well done, Julian. Thank you.
You're so good. If he's watching, I'll just take this little snapshot and send it to him if I ever get round to editing anything.
That's not going to happen, is it?
I miss that.
Such a good drink.
I want that in my life more.
Yeah.
We got PJ, we got Timothy on.
Oh, PJ will be there tomorrow, won't you? He's like
Carol is on.
Hey, Carol is on.
So Carol made these, like done the batching.
Yeah.
Amazing work.
Yeah,
I want to go see your office and see how you do everything. It's just like
so they've got
unbelievably good.
2 companies, Firewater Limited and Alchemist Workshop. I'm not sure which one they're leading with. I think it's Firewater.
Oh, good day, Justin. How you doing, mate?
What time is it for Justin? Probably.
Oh, it's late in Australia.
Late. Yeah.
Very late.
Very late. That's on brand. And PJ, if you are watching, as a Mr. Connector who knows a million people, if you could recommend your bartender fam to come along on Friday afternoon, that would be good. Thank you. That's a good drink, isn't it? Yeah,
really good. So do I get to keep these?
Yeah,
you're not going to have them.
Yeah. I remember when we tried to do the Christmas special, and a mixture of tech and COVID
it was all internet at that point.
Turned it into a bit of a.
It was internet that died on me.
A bad experience.
But now I've got you might have noticed there's a considerable upgrade on this thing, right?
I didn't notice.
Oh well, the last time you would have seen it, it only had 4 inputs. Now it's got 8 plus super source plus 4 upstream keys.
Are you doubling?
Oh, mate.
Are you like?
No, this is just a considerably better setup. And it's got like a headphone jack and different things and 2 HDMIs. So one goes out to there and one can go out into this, which multi-streams. Anyway, long story short.
That all just goes, yeah.
Now that can plug into my phone. So if the internet dies, not that I've got any signal out here, I can plug my phone.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
Directly into that, and it'll hotspot off my phone. It works really well. So I've got backup after backup after backup, multiple backups.
Good.
Quite happy about that.
It's good to have someone to have your back to have their back.
I learned the hard way.
What were we talking about?
Right, so we're here to talk about, and you need to get back because you got to prep for tomorrow, right?
Yeah. It's easy to
Right.
sort of sink into the couch,
So,
isn't it? We've
so
got quite a lot of-
this is what happens. This is we get comfortable. I was trying to be sensible by only having half a light beer, but originally I was going to give you Manhattan with a Guinness on the side, or a Guinness with a Manhattan on the side.
Strong drinks. My car's
Best
outside.
drink.
Yeah.
Best drink. Oh yeah, you can't obviously. Right. So, what are the key things that the entree needs to know? I might do a 2-minute snapshot.
What was I going to plug? I was going to plug the fact that
Come on Friday.
Yeah, come on Friday. It's the first of Cocktail City Summer Series. We've got ones in June, July, and August. But obviously, it's all about this weekend.
Yeah.
So come on Friday afternoon. It's free. If you do donate, it goes to the Drinks Trust. The bar lineup's great. The drinks are great. The talks are great. Everything's top notch.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
So that's the message. If you're in the industry, come along on Friday afternoon. Catch up with friends. Tell your friends, because really, there's no one big open air space at the minute where it's easy to catch up with people.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And then I guess the second thing, this isn't really on brand, but I thought today I'd wear my Raker Runners t-shirt because I think what Fabiano's doing at Raker is amazing. It's really interesting. And I think at the minute this week, finishes on Saturday, he's got some challenge whereby all his Raker runners are accumulating kilometers or miles to go around the circumference of Iceland. And there's a few Raker runners, I think, doing laps of Bedford Square Gardens on Saturday to finish it all off, and then we'll invite them in. Then we'll invite them in for some cocktails. So, and just on a personal point of view, I think anything that encourages people to get out and exercise in the industry is it's a great thing.
Yeah.
Fabs, this is a little bit of a shout out for Raker runners. It's a great initiative. Well done.
Big fan of that. I'm terrible at running though.
You just push weights.
Not yet. I'm about to start properly. I've got a personal trainer I set up a little gym.
Yeah, I noticed.
And then got a personal trainer and said, show me how to use all this. And he's like, you want to lose weight, body weight. And so we've been doing body weight stuff, which I've been getting better and better at. And kettlebells.
Yeah.
So I'm doing
it's all like your own weight, your own body weight resistance, isn't it? It seems to be the sort of way to do it.
Well, especially when you weigh as much as I do, it starts to get my wrists used to hurt.
Yeah, you weigh like 25. You weigh 25% more than I do.
A quarter more of your body weight. Yeah, I know.
It's quite a big difference.
It's a big difference, and it hurts pushing uphill. But dude, he's got me doing these. I do 40 squats with a 20 and then 28 kilo kettlebell, and pushing them up, and then sit with my legs in the air and on my back and hold the kettlebell on my chest, and I have to push up and through it for 40 seconds straight, 3 times. And it's just things so uncomfortable that I never would have thought to do, but my mobility's gotten way better. So
yeah, you can get stronger and mobile, because you see massive blokes who just do that all the time. They've got a massive bicep, they can't do anything else.
That's it. And I do tons of boxing, not boxing, but hitting a bag without any power behind it. But now I'm at the end of it, I used to just be dying, and at the end of it I'm kind of I want to hit the thing hard, but I don't have wraps on because it's not a proper session. So I think I want to do boxing now.
Break your
Once I get fitter, I'm going to do boxing. That's not going to.
I did one boxing class once. I was like, fuck, it's so hard.
But
it's great exercise. It's probably the best exercise.
9% of my body fat and gained 2.5 kilos. So my muscle content's gone up and my body fat's gone down. So I haven't lost weight, but I've lost 3 centimeters around here. So
it's quite a lot, isn't it? 3 centimeters.
It's not enough. I need to get fit before I get old.
Yeah, body. What was it? Beach fit. Beach body.
No, chasing my son fit.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah.
I'm
going to go home and.
You need to go. So guys.
Logistics.
We thought obviously I invited Andrew to come down and chat about this because he lives near me, right? You live just around the corner.
That's not the only reason. Hopefully.
And he was going to bring cocktails.
That's not the only reason either.
I also felt guilty because I wanted to go to this Cocktails in the City this weekend. I'm going to be at the next one, but we've got a family holiday that was booked in ahead of my knowing when.
Yeah, fancy that.
But next one, I'm going to turn up with my camera. So I thought if that's all right, any kudos I can get ahead of time.
Yeah, you were invited as a guest judge actually.
Oh, really?
Well, remember I contacted you to be
right.
a taste tester on Friday night.
Man.
Yeah, so you got to come down. It's quite hard work putting on events, as I've forgotten about how hard it was. It is quite hard, and it's been quite tough. And I realise it's tough for everyone at the minute in the industry.
But it's the best feeling ever when everyone's enjoying themselves.
When it comes together, when it comes together. So if you are around and you do have a couple of hours free, Bedford Square Gardens, Friday afternoon, and if you can't make that for any reason, you want to come on Friday night or Saturday, text me or message me. Actually, and I probably won't. Actually,
tens of thousands of bartenders
probably won't reply. Actually,
text me.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Dean.
I'm not cutting you off, but I'm just very conscious that you said you've got 20 minutes and then you got to go.
Dean, you can also say that, hand on heart, you have tried lots and lots of cocktails at home stuff.
I have,
and the stuff that Julian's created for us, made by Carol, is pretty.
Honestly, I'm actually really stoked that I got these because I swore you can't see them here, but there's a stack of cocktails I've got to drink that have come from online. I bought myself and Electra have bought all our friends' stuff, and some of it where I've got two of the same thing. For example, why they were in the freezer. I decided not to drink all of them until I can do a quick hi everybody, welcome to the Dean Callan Show. Today I'm going to be tasting
every single drink.
The peach and jasmine gimlet from Cocktails in the City at home. It's this, it's that, it's delicious. Try it out. This is where to order it, and then have the details, right? And it's just a quick, short, sharp, for people at home that might want to order.
Yeah, you should do a sort of Dean, yeah.
And I've got them stacked up.
This is good for people who like this. This is good because of that.
Exactly.
Because they've all got their pros and cons, haven't they?
But just the ones I like. Like, I tasted this, I like it. But every time I've got those, so the other ones stack up, I'm like, oh, we can get another one. Yeah. And then they get consumed.
Good old dealers around the corner.
And you know how many of these I've been through.
Yeah, quite a few.
Loads of them. So, and the first ones were the best because they were the massive big pack that you sent me.
These are single serves. Cause I knew that it was.
You sent me serve for 10
Wednesday afternoon, and today is probably the busiest day for me in 2021. So.
Well, look, I'll let you get back to your business. And if you are watching, throughout this video, there's been some details, but I'll hopefully add links and details to the description below. And go check out Cocktails in the City on Friday. It's right in the heart of London, so you have no excuse if you're working in bars in London. Andrew.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank you.
What a touch. I've always been like, please can I come on the Dean Callan Show? Please can I come on the Dean Callan Show?
Let's do a post catch up.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
And definitely before the next one, because I want to bring my camera along to the next one and try to get some live footage.
Yeah, you can be our roving
do
reporter.
Something fun. Exactly. That's or get Drew Mallons with the mic.
Yeah, like your Soho thing.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. All right.
Take care, Dean.
Let's close this one out. Thank you all for tuning in, and see you next time.
Fabs.
Literally tomorrow. We're going to be talking about ice. I had a cancellation this week, so I'm just going to do an entire episode about ice and how great ice is, and Ice Studio London, Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos.
Plug the guy as much as I can. He's been supporting me for the longest time. Anyway, cheers. Happy Wednesday.
Oh,